I don't know if you've noticed here, but all these goats got their heads down. Tails are flicking. They're not looking around. There's no head in the air. There's no swiveling ears listening, because I'm on guard. I'm on duty. They know that I am doing the job of keeping them secure, and that if something comes along, like right now, they don't have to be on watch duty. If they didn't have me, that would change. If I walked away and went down the trail over that way, if we left a camera sitting here, you'd see heads start standing up and start looking around, and they would recognize, hey, Dad's not on guard duty anymore. And then they'd get nervous, and the nanny, which is the second one in to the right of that brown one, she would take charge and say, guys, we got to get out of here. Like, this ain't safe. Something doesn't feel right. I'm scared. We got to go. She would go, and the rest would be like, oh, heck, I'm not staying out here without her. They would all take off. Masculinity has two sides: a capacity for violence and a capacity for calm gentleness. And there's no option or excuse by God's design for the two sides to be used where they're not supposed to be. So if a couple of street dogs came running up here, my job is to be ferocious at those dogs, not for me to run away and let the youngest goat get eaten. My job is to engage in combat with that dog, is to run that dog off. Whether I throw a rock, yell at it, or run up, pull out this pocket knife and cut its throat. My job is to be ferocious towards the threat. And I probably won't have to be, because, I mean, I'm around street dogs all the time. I give them just a good hard look and maybe a little growl, and they run away with their tails between their legs. But the point is that one part of masculinity is defense. It's to defend your home, your people. Okay, the people that are looking to you to provide security. Security is not cash. You go into a place where you're hated, and no amount of money will keep you safe. In fact, having money is what will get you killed. Oh, you got money? We'll kill you for it. If you got no money, there's nothing to take from you. So I'd have to kill you for fun out of my hatred. Do I hate you enough to kill you for nothing? Most places not. So this concept of, I want a man who's going to provide. He's going to spend. What, and then call 911 every time there's a problem? Hire another man every time there's a problem? No. The man's job is to provide protection physically as well, so that you can be in a dangerous place, whether it's living in a dangerous place or just visiting a dangerous place. The man's job is to be seen as a threat around his family to anyone who would harm that family. So you're in Memphis walking into a Walmart because you're passing through, and you got your wife and kids, and everybody's got to go to the bathroom and grab some groceries to put in the camper or whatever. People are looking at you, and you got a pretty wife and a nice looking teenage daughter. Young men are looking at your girls and thinking about what they'd like to do to them. They need to see you and think, man, dude looks like he can fight. Better just look away. That's what they need to see. Now, the flip side of the coin is your capacity for violence, which should be high. Your capacity to conduct warfare should be high. Your ability and your willingness, okay? But it should never be used against any of the people that you protect. Not physical, not verbal, not emotional. You are not called to manipulate the people in your care. You are called to behave like Jesus. Jesus said, these are the rules. The rules are written. They've been written since long before I got here. But let me clarify for you guys. These are the rules. Follow them. Sin no more. He didn't throw stones. He didn't destroy anybody. He said, these are the rules and punishment is going to happen. And he walked away. He only gave access to himself to those who loved him, which is the disciples. So those who obeyed him got to have fellowship and intimacy with him. He is the father figure of creation in the flesh. There's God the Father and God the Son, but they're all three in one. So a meek, humble, frail human had all the power in the world and didn't use it against anybody. He stayed calm, and I don't want to say stoic, because he did show emotions. Although the Bible doesn't draw tons of light to that. You kind of have to look for it. But he didn't abuse anybody. He didn't really guilt trip or shame anybody. He walked up and he told him, this is how you're breaking the law. You know that law is there, and you know that what you're doing is breaking it. Do better. Fix yourself. And then he would walk away. He wouldn't hang out and people please. He wouldn't coddle them. He wouldn't say, oh, well, you deserve it. No, none of that. We should be operating the same way. If your spouse is antagonizing and provoking you and putting you on, trying to manipulate you, putting you on guilt trips about, some project you said you haven't gotten done, you don't haul off and smack her. You don't turn around and say, oh yeah, well, you're this, you're that, you don't deserve this, well, you've gotten fat. You don't do that. You don't strike back. Yeah, it was wrong for her to strike you. Revenge is not for you to take. And mirroring her behavior back to her just makes it worse. Your job right then, when that person is saying rotten things to you, is to turn your back and walk away and say, you can't have access to me until you behave correctly. When you behave correctly, when you treat me right, then we can restore our intimacy. But modulating closeness is the tool that you have available for, I don't want to say controlling your family, because you're not supposed to control your family. And I failed at this. I was raised in a manipulative, controlling environments. So it was mirrored to me, and that's what I knew how to do, and that's what I tried to do, and it failed me. Today is my divorce day. 14 years of marriage to a severely manipulative, lying, cheating person. And I was not good in return on lots of different ways. Anyway, I think I just saw one of my dogs run by, so I should probably cut this off and go find that dang dog. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. God bless you, and be nice to your family, man. Be nice to them. Try it. Just try it out and be amazed at the difference when you're an encouragement and not a discouragement. Thanks for watching.